Hello, beautiful friends. If you're watching this, you are basically heading into a little bit more about what my story is, or a little bit into what my story is, and my ultimate why, or as to what kind of developed this whole virtual coaching, online wellness, pursuit of community that I have been so consistently a part of for, gosh, almost like 9 months now, 6 months, no, 7 or 8, 7 or 8, right in the middle. It started in February, but I didn't actually start to get big. And when I say big, it means balls, like come into my bravery for, gosh, until at least a few months in. But that's all right. We all have our different journeys. But yeah, so a little bit about me, my story. I grew up in the Midwest, Wisconsin particularly. I've kind of had some good exposures or experiences being able to go up to the West Coast, and I don't know where I got this wander bug from. As a family, like we always did travel at least once a year, but I don't know. I don't know where that came from, and I'm super jacked about it. So if you don't know, I travel, or even when I don't travel, I'm still traveling somewhere, like in my mind. But so my story, I started virtual coaching online here basically because I was already doing some of the work, somewhat consistency. What does that mean? So I was showing up most days. I was always kind of interested in moving my body. That way I use social media as like my outlet. But that was kind of it. I definitely didn't like connect a lot with people physically around me, friends or family, people that I could have leaned on to kind of build my own, I guess, wellness journey. So I was doing that. I was following my coach who was living her life big. And when I say that big, like literally just taking up the space you were meant to take up. I could see that she was like living bold and like traveling, all these things that I was interested in doing. And, we'd always connect here and there on that sort of stuff, but never anything that I was like, I've never been anyone to work out at home. I used the gym as my extracurricular activity. So like when people would go out to like dinner with friends or anything, like think of what you fill your day with. I would use the gym as like my activity. So that was kind of like, that's not activity. No, like the gym should be fun for sure, but it shouldn't take up like your front time. Anyways, there's that. So I was already doing the posting. I was on my mindfulness journey already, so very interested in the meditation. I had stacks and stacks of books that I would say in my head, like I'd like to read, but I never got around to that or never really was consistent in that. Um, and then as far as in real life, and I think I even talked about this a little bit like at the county fair this year. So it used to be the county fair. I'm from a town of like 16,000 people. Was awful. And why was it awful? Because it was a high school reunion. You'd put your head down, you'd walk around, you'd try to avoid everybody. And it was so different this year because like literally like my head was up, my eyes were connecting. And like every time I saw someone, like it wasn't oh God, I'm gonna have to make small talk. Oh God, like the anxieties were pushed aside and it was more like, who am I gonna get to see? Like what is this year gonna be like? So kind of a really small example, but like I just felt like I lived big and it was such a different experience and so good. Because I kind of classify myself as like an extroverted introvert, and I feel like my anxieties would be the things that would just pull me to my introvert. Like I didn't know how to make small talk. Who knows how to make small talk? You don't even need small talk. Just do big talk all the time. Ask people deep questions. But anyways, okay, I'm gonna get off on a tangent again. And that happens a lot too, which I'm kind of okay with as well. So my story kind of came from, I was watching somebody else live a big, brave life, and I was sitting back here just kind of watching. I don't know if I had like a chip on my shoulder at that point. Growing up, I was always that sarcastic, rude person because it was easy to push barriers or like make barriers and push people away at that point. Um, so that's kind of what got me started. And then after kind of jumping in and having personal development and all of the like those books that I would read were literally like my non-negotiables. Like, oh, what do you have to do every day for your job? You have to read those freaking books that are going to make you be bigger that you've been wanting to do for years. So that was kind of my big transition of my story into the life of coaching, because people, and also too, I had a few people like who would reach out to me. I've always, I grew up on a farm, so being a non-meat eater in a dairy farm now is super entertaining. But so I always had people reaching out to me because I do like to eat whole. I like to be clean. Like, I love being fully nourished. So kind of all that stuff for my story, and then my why, kind of being back to like, why did I even want to like embark on this or like step into this space? And for me, it kind of started as, I'm already doing this. I don't know what I want to do with the rest of my life. I have this bachelor's degree, so I could go work in healthcare and watch people pass away every day. I could do that. And then I was also kind of dying inside because I'm managing employees who eat each other alive, but are the most kindest, amazing people to residents. So it was just like this dog eat dog world that I was living in, and like I lasted like 3 years, not even. So I had this bachelor degree that was just like, whatever. I've kind of dabbled in these different kind of career aspects. And so kind of my why to get started was just, dude, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? What are you going to do? So initially it started as, I'm already doing the work. I might as well just get fit AF and just go with the flow and hang out with like my girl, like my coach Carly, my teammates who, they kind of have a positive outlook on life. I like that. I like life. I want a positive outlook. So that's kind of where that whole like why I joined initially. And then, oh gosh, once you become a coach, like I mentioned, those personal development books, and keep in mind with those books come every single like question, like something that you need to like sit on, like all of those things that you avoid, all those questions come at you. So then it's like, I want a bigger why. Like, okay, I know you came to hang out because you like community and you're looking for a group that supports you, but why are you here? And so like, I think I fought with this one for a while, mostly because I'm the girl who is always just like scared of kids and not interested in that. And my husband and I, we've been together for like 10 years and not married, but we've been together for 10 years. He was ready for a kid like 6 years ago. So I'm super glad that he's very chill about like his timeline. But I think my big why that started like coming into the picture was that the why wasn't, I want to be a full-time coach, stay-at-home mom so that I can afford to be a stay-at-home mom. But the why was more, I want to have control over my hours. What I put in, I get back. I want to see the results from my work. And I want to be able to do that by having a super appropriate relationship with like this child that I'm ultimately planning on like having one day, and soonish maybe. I don't know when you're gonna watch this video, who knows. But so my ultimate why ended up being, I want to have the option to be a stay-at-home mom, which you could have that mentality, but at the same time, like moms work like a boss, so make sure you don't incorporate that with not working. So that kind of is what turned into my ultimate why and kind of where I'm at today. It's also been evolving into like helping people as I see like these transformations as like some like literally the person closest to me in my life I have seen go through something that would completely crush and destroy someone. And like literally I've watched her completely rise up into the strongest human I've ever met, which I already thought she was. So I think the why is transition. You have to have a purpose or a fire inside of you, something that you need to release or that you're holding on to. But you also have to realize that like every day is going to keep getting like more and more passion, and fire is going to keep burning. So I hope I didn't go too long and you kind of got a little bit of an understanding for where I've been, what my story is, and my why as to why I'm here coaching today, and just kind of creating this community to keep growing up. I mean, whether it's somebody just looking for fitness, nutrition, like we have all the pieces. And then two, like with that, like you can get that anywhere, but you can't get the community. You cannot get this process or this system of you keep derailing yourself when you start to feel like you're going straight, like you're thrown these development tasks, because nothing easy or simple grows you. So like anything where you're uncomfortable, where your ego is checked, like that's where the strength and the growth comes from. And so I feel like if you want to be comfortable, like one, you probably shouldn't talk to me because I'm a pretty uncomfortable person. I love those questions. You definitely shouldn't go to yoga, that's for sure. And this might not be for you. But like, if you're okay taking steps into becoming bigger, and maybe definitely you will fail at times, but like everybody fails. Sometimes people fail and they keep it inside and it manifests into bad shit. But everybody fails. That's normal. The question is, not everybody uses those failures as their next step or even as something to excel them forward. So, okay, I tried to end a few moments ago. So I hope you had a little bit of understanding. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have an awesome day.